Hey guys, it's your favorite internet personality doing it for the Vine once again with another video. Now it's getting kinda late, so I'm gonna talk a little quieter this time. Now the last few days I've been pretty sick, not really sure why, but just kinda dealing. Haven't really played any games or anything, hardly even got out of bed, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that during those few days when I was just kind of laying around not doing anything, I did a lot of thinking about the good old days before we were all stuck at home not doing anything. Thinking about the times with the boys when we were just chilling, having fun, bonding. Good times. Now the main thing that we like to do in my friend group is we like to play Hacky Sack. Just get all the boys in a big circle, play some Hacky Sack. Doesn't matter if you're good or bad, everybody's playing, everyone's included. It's a good time. In fact, it's a great time. Do it constantly, lose tons of hacky sacks. It's pretty much a tradition at this point with people graduating and leaving and new people taking over. It's pretty great actually. I already said that, but it is pretty great. So anyway, in this video I'm just gonna kind of tell some stories about playing Hacky Sack, or just getting up to some mischief, some banter, some just good times with the boys. Cause that's what it's all about. Your girl leaves you, you still got the boys. Failed class, you still got the boys. As long as you've got your boys, you're solid. To quote the song Blonde Boys, all I need in life is my boys and my tub. Now, to start off, to really get an intro into this after that 2-minute intro that I just gave, I gotta explain how we play Hacky Sack, because in my neck of the woods, we play Hacky Sack a little different. It's a little less skill-based and more just a way to unwind, have some fun, and it's also a little bit painful. This is what I would say the CBT equivalent of Hacky Sack. So I think I've hyped it up enough, so I'm just gonna get into it. The way we play Hacky Sack is we play a game called 3 Hack Whack. That's where you toss the hack into the circle, the Hacky Sack, and then people just start kicking it. Once it's been kicked 3 times, or one single person has kicked it 4 times, you snatch that thing up out of the air and just yeet it towards the first person you see as hard as you can. A lot of the time this breaks Hacky Sacks, or they go flying onto a roof or somewhere that we can't go. They're just gone. But it's well worth it, because there is no better way to get your anger or emotions or frustrations or anything out than taking a small little cloth bag filled with beans and throwing it as hard as you can, to the point where you should not be throwing it that hard at one of your closest friends. It's really a good time, real wholesome. Now a lot of the times we play this in our free time during marching band. Yeah, I'm a nerd, I go to marching band, that's something we do. And the school is not exactly happy with us physically abusing each other for our own amusement, but we do it anyway. We just find the kind of loopholes, ways to do it in secret. They haven't really stopped us from playing it. They've tried, they haven't done it. They've really tried though. Now obviously what they're scared of is us actually hurting each other to the point where we have to quit playing. That's only happened a handful of times, and they didn't actually seem to care that much when it happened, which is kind of weird. But usually it's just you get pelted, you get a welt on your back or whatever, wherever you get hit. Hopefully not the face, because that's just pretty unlucky. I think we've destroyed a pair of glasses or 2 with that. But it's all in good fun. Now I feel like you need to really emphasize that. It is all in fun. It is very fun, more fun than anything I ever do. There's just something about hurting people that is nice, I guess. I'm not really sure why, but that's just how it is. The only Hacky Sack injury story that I personally have is one time we were just playing, trying to stall as much time before marching band started, because we did not want to be in it. Some people are only in marching band at our school to play Hacky Sack, because that's just kind of what you do. You join marching band, you realize it sucks, you stay in because you were playing Hacky Sack every day, and that's just a good time. I keep saying that, but it is just a good time. You really gotta play some Hacky Sack with the boys to understand. Okay, I moved my mic a little bit. This might be easier to do now. Anyway, back to the story. We're playing 3 hack whack like normal. Someone hits it 3 times. I reach in to grab the sack. Don't take that out of context. Turns out, we only hit it 2 times. I get kicked directly into my pinky. It bends back. Not broken, but still like bruised, and it was very painful. Like, it hurt like hell. Not a good time, but still a good time nonetheless, because I was playing Hacky Sack with the boys. The guy was sorry about it, even though it was completely my fault. I just had to have my finger wrapped up for a few days, nothing too serious. It turned pretty purple, it looked like it was gonna fall off, but I still have it. But anyway, so I haven't even talked about the best part of 3 hack whack yet. I don't know, like, a fancy way to say it. It's just the best part. So there's kind of like a social hierarchy depending on how old you are, how long you've been in the band, how good you are. And generally the younger kids, they get picked on a lot. Meaning you have free reign to just take that hacky sack, throw it at these like 8th graders or whatever, as much as you want. No one gets mad, not even them. If they get mad, they can leave, and that's just how that works, and they do. Like, yeah, you gotta opt into this game. You're not just gonna get a hacky sack thrown at you, because that's not cool. It's not chill. Not rad. But you just take that hacky sack, you throw it at these little kids. They're in pain, but they're like, hey, I'm hanging out with the older kids. This is awesome. Like, dude, what is going on here? Like, this is cool. Like, I'm hanging out with these older kids. Like, ow! God. That's what it's like. They're just kind of getting pelted all the time, but they're having fun. And I'm having more fun than they are because I'm hurting them. That sounds really bad, but it's not. You just gotta do it to understand. Now, sure, you see, we are playing this violent game, but the people playing it, like, if you meet them, you'll see they're some, like, the most chill people you'll ever meet. They're just vibing with life, because they have this outlet to get their energy out. So then they can just, like, chill. There's no better way to put it. You're just chilling, man. Big chillin', little chillin', all kinds of chillin'. Every size of chillin' that there possibly is, they are chillin' that much at the same time. It's pretty great. So I'm just gonna jump into the next story because I can't make this video without talking about this story I'm about to talk about, because it's just like the most emotional story that I've got, the most action-packed, which is why I saved it for like 8 minutes into the video. I don't know how long it's gonna be once it's edited, but I'm looking at 8 or 9 minutes right now. So basically we had this one band competition that was pretty awful, because our drum major decided that we were going to stay to watch the extra bands and the award show, which basically means that we have from 7 to 11, this is at night by the way, to do nothing and just wait. I guess we were supposed to be watching bands that entire time, but that's not something we're really interested in doing at all, I want to say. I think I speak for like a lot of my friends when I say that. So we just had 4 hours to kill, mostly with Hacky Sack. So anyway, we need to get out of this band thing. And there's some woods nearby, so we're like, okay, we're just gonna leave the freaking football field. We're gonna go into the woods, we're gonna play some Hacky Sack. It's gonna be pretty epic. As we're leaving to go into the woods, we see the group of our teachers walk by us, and we're like, hey, we're gonna go play some Hacky Sack. They don't hear us, but they don't say anything negative, so we take that as a, okay, let's go do that. And just to be clear, if they said no, we were still gonna do it. So, it didn't really matter. And then we continued on our way, we're in the parking lot just walking. And then, the bus driver pulls up in what we like to call the Tard Rocket. I don't know if that's offensive to you. I guess you can have that opinion. I think it's pretty damn hilarious. Tard Rocket. Anyway, that's what the short bus is, that's what we call it. She pulls up to us and she's like, hey, are you guys allowed to be out here? I'm like, yeah, yep, definitely, totally. And then she's like, okay, you want me to call the teacher to make sure? I'm like, no, that's fine. And then we start, we just start walking back to the football field. And then she drives away in this weird little bus, like she was just following us in it, which is, I think that was pretty creepy, I guess. And we get out over to the woods and we start playing some Hacky Sack. I don't know if I'm mixing stories together, but I'm just gonna kind of flow with it. It's gonna happen because it's more interesting this way. So we're playing some hacky sack for a while. It's a pretty good time. And then our one friend who was gone for a while just runs up to us and we're like, oh, hey, welcome back. Come join the game. And we look over at him and he's like tears down his eyes. I swear to God, like just tears, crying, looking terrified. And his parents are walking up to us. He's like, I'm not going to name drop, but he's freaked out. He thinks he's going to get hurt by someone. So we're like, okay, if you think that's serious, just run. Go, hide in the crowd. So then he freaking books it as fast as he can. His dad starts yelling and runs after him. And then we're like, okay, that was weird. We stopped playing hacky sack for like 5 minutes to kind of talk about that. How strange that was. Again, I'm trying not to go too into detail because like personal info. But this was pretty interesting. I think it's worth talking about. And then maybe an hour later, we just see him walking away with his parents. Because I guess they found him somewhere. They were probably not happy with us. And then he gets taken like straight to the hospital because apparently he was overhydrated, didn't have enough salt in his blood, something like that. So he was just like hallucinating, freaking out. I don't know. I don't know the full situation. I'm not the guy. I don't know what was happening with him. But anyway, that was pretty crazy. And then, basically the logical conclusion of that story is that we played some more hacky sack. So yeah, that's that. Now I think this last story I'm gonna tell, I'm gonna tell it anyway, but it's not really hacky sack related other than it started off with us playing hacky sack. So yeah, we start off playing some hacky sack. By the way, someone want to count how many times I said hacky sack in this video? Because it feels like a lot. So we're just playing some hacky sack. And we find these water bottles that the band just has out. And I'm like, okay, these are the little like cheap crushable ones. And I figured out how to do the thing where you drink it in like a second. And it, like, if you do too much of that, it makes you feel pretty sick. So I do one. And then the boys are like, whoa, do that again. So I pick up another one. I do it. And they're like, hey, you should do that again. And me being like the really smart, a well-adjusted individual, I listen to them and I do it one more time. And then you know what they say? They say, that was pretty cool. You should do that again. And of course I do it again. Now I'm feeling like that is a lot of water. I don't care who you are, that's a lot of water. A looter wooter. And I am feeling like throwing up, so I'm just kind of walking around waiting for it to happen. And then it didn't happen, so we just kind of went back. And we were just chilling in the bus having a conversation. I'm like, alright boys, I'm gonna throw up, something's gonna happen, we gotta get out of here. So a couple of the boys follow with me as I'm just sticking my fingers, my whole hand down my mouth, trying to throw up. Not happening. There's people in the sidewalk just walking around watching me do this, thinking I'm like insane. So I'm like, okay, the only way this is gonna happen is I need to drink another water bottle. So I do it, I drink a 5th water bottle. And then I go up onto this ledge. I'll put like a MS Paint graphic of this, but there's a ledge, then a space, and then there's a trash can like a few feet away. And I'm standing off of this ledge, and I just stick like 2 fingers in my throat and projectile vomit straight into the trash can that's like feet away. And the people around me were just so disgusted. They were like walking faster, making these grossed out faces. They were not happy with what was going on. They were just not having a good time. But after that, we were laughing so hard that it did not matter. In fact, their reactions made it even funnier. That was probably the greatest band competition I've ever been to. That was wonderful, glorious, a great experience. It was hard to get through, but once it's done, like, that was amazing. That was great. I loved every minute of that afterward, not during, but afterward. Like on the ride home, telling everyone what happened, that was great. I felt like a freaking Marine coming home from the war, and then just like telling my wife, like, oh, I did all these things, it was crazy, I'm a war hero. That's what I felt like. Obviously, that's not what the case was, but it was pretty cool. Okay, I definitely got a little loud there, so I'm gonna try to quiet down a bit, and I see this video is getting up to like 17 minutes in the Audacity file. So I'm gonna try to wrap this up in a bit. That's the last story I'm telling. Because I don't want to edit that much, quite frankly. I'm gonna do it because, I think you guys need to hear these stories. So, yeah. So you're probably not wondering, why is he talking about these hacky sack stories? What's the point of this video? Well, the point of this video is just me reminiscing about some of the best times I've had in my life so far, honestly. Just really having a good time with my friends, bonding. Once you get really close to people, deep into a hacky sack game, the conversations start to get wild, really connect. It's just a vibe, So, to kind of end off this video, I'm going to say, when you're in situations like this, you're going to be given a choice. And that choice is trashy band chicks or the boys. Now, from my vast experience of like a year, you always want to choose the boys. That's the way to go. You're going to be happier if you choose the boys every single time. That's what you want to do. The boys are going to be happier if you choose them. Because, like I said earlier, when everything's gone, you're still going to have the boys. If they're really your boys, they're still going to be there for you. They're going to be the boys. They're like a rock that you can just be like, hey boys, this happened, it kind of sucks. And they'll be like, yeah, that does suck, but you were a king. Okay, maybe not like that, but it's pretty similar to that, So, to finally end this, whatever you gotta do, go with your boys, your fellas, your lads, whatever you call them, wherever you are, your posse. Go with them. Whether they're doing something good or bad, you'll be going through it together as a group, and that just makes things a lot easier when you have a shared experience. Go with the boys. See ya.